Hello everybody, my name is Benji, and welcome back to Dyson Sphere Program, where last time we finished up our Deuterium fusion generator build, turned off all of our production throughout the entirety of the world to allow our power grid to actually start refunctioning itself, and we were working toward fractionators. So today is finally the day we're actually going to be working with the fractionators and actually getting these guys online, and we can finally say goodbye to power problems, at least for a while. So let me go on ahead and take a moment to explain the fractionator, because it's a very different building as compared to what it used to be. And, well, first of all, what it used to be, and second of all, what other buildings are. So let's take the chemical plant, for example. You can already see with the chemical plant, it's got these little squares on it, and that is an indicator of being able to put these kinds of things, put our sorters on it. The fractionator, as you see, has the input squares, but it doesn't have the squares on the front face, which means we can't actually attach any of our sorters to the fractionator. And you may be thinking, well, how the heck does that work then? Well, the way that the fractionator works is it takes hydrogen. That's way too much hydrogen. It takes hydrogen and puts it through the machine, like so. And it has a percentage chance to output deuterium instead of hydrogen. So I'll open this up, we'll put hydrogen through, you can see there goes the material, and there we have deuterium. So I just put 20 hydrogen through the machine, and you can see there we got 19 hydrogen back and 1 deuterium. So now the fractionator is not working, but you saw that it took the hydrogen through the machine and output deuterium at the bottom. So there's a way that you can daisy chain these, which is exactly what we're going to do. And we've got a pretty decent spot that we can set something like this up right along the equator. Excuse me, over here. Something caught in my throat right there. Right by this little stone vein, right here, we have the ability to set up a fractionator. So the way that I personally enjoy setting up fractionators is I get to a point where we have a middle. And I'll go on ahead and put that right here, for space sake. And then we're going to request hydrogen, and we're going to request a lot of it, not too much, but a lot of it. And then deuterium as our supply. I'm not actually going to hit demand yet because I don't want the system to activate just yet. But we're also going to put a full 50 drones into the machine. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take our fractionators and we're just going to split them just like this. And we're going to go 10 deep in either direction. Well, we can't really fit 10 deep, so we'll go 5 deep in either direction. 3, 4, we can't go 5 deep here, no. No. Because I love having them to the point where they can actually be done symmetrically. So we're going to get rid of it. And we're going to find a way where we can make this our first one. And then do 5. And then we can have this guy not there, because that'll be right up on it. I wish there was a way that you could just, like, split it. But you can't. So I'm going to put it there. And then do 5 more. Just like that. And, of course, we have to reset both of these guys, like so. Reset the drones, reset the charging power. And now, I am going to be using Mark III belts for this, because they're faster. And I can just take out the hydrogen, and put it daisy-chained between these buildings. And then take the deuterium, and put it back in. Just like this. And then we'll have to go through and do that for every single one. But now, over here at the end, what we can do is bring it out, like so. Copy and paste what we just did here. Just go on ahead, copy this, paste, and put it right up against the other set. Except this time, instead of having... I got rid of the thing. I didn't mean to get rid of that. I just wanted to get rid of the belt that was in there. Because now, this belt is going to be going the other direction. And I'll explain in a second when I'm not suffering for power. Alright, just give me that so that I can at least walk to a power pole. And then once I'm at a power pole, obviously I just bring out my chargers and just charge myself. Essentially what we're going to do is we're going to have the hydrogen flow the entire way through all of the fractionators, and then go back into this. That way it only requests hydrogen when it runs out of hydrogen. AKA when it all gets turned into deuterium. So now we have our hydrogen right here, and then we can have that come back out of the system, and then it can go up to this point, and then from this point it can go in. And then we'll mirror that on the other side, and this can just go under like that. And now we can grab this entire thing, copy it, paste it, place it down like 5 times on each side, so that's 25. That'll be 50 total. And then we can use a secondary logic tower if we want to make it all the way to 100 fractionators at the same time. Which I honestly think I do want to do 100 fractionators. I know it's a bit big for a first build, like a first fractionator build, but trust me, it's gonna be worth it. Oh, shoot. I'm gonna have to expand it because I can't actually fit power poles in here. Alright, well, I'm gonna boop that in. Give me a second. And now, in glorious nighttime, we have booped in our fractionator setup. The only other thing that I would like to go on ahead and do for this setup is add in our proliferator juice, which I will go on ahead and demand before we set up anything else here. And then I'm just gonna go on ahead and put it right here, and then put another one. I don't know if I can't. If I can't put it on the deuterium, I won't put it on the deuterium. The most important thing about it is having it for the hydrogen, honestly. Like, having the proliferator juice for the hydrogen is honestly the most important thing of all. Because that will increase ever so slightly the amount of deuterium produced for every single one of the hydrogens that go through it. So now that that is all set and ready to go, we have hydrogen requesting, or at least we will. We have deuterium producing. We have this ready to rock and roll. We have power to the drones, charging it up. And then last, but most certainly not least, we need to turn the oil rigs back on. Yeah, look at that. The hydrogen's already backed up. So we demand, and we demand. Just like that. And now we can simply take this, hit demand on the hydrogen. The drones will begin to fly, not only from here, but also from here. Look at all the hydrogen go. Oh, look at all that hydrogen flow. Oh boy. That is going to put some strain on my grid. How's my grid doing? Not bad so far. And let's watch. Out comes the hydrogen. Deuterium starts. There we go. We already have a couple going. Oh, wait a second. That's bad. That's actually awful. Hang on. Hang on. Something I didn't think about is the fact that I have them set up to automatically go through this. So I need that to be a Mark 1. Yeah, I need all of these guys to actually be Mark 1s. And then I guess same thing here. You need to be a Mark 1 as well. And then that can be a Mark 3, that can be a Mark 3. And then over here, these guys can also be Mark 3s. Alright, that's all Mark 3 now. Good. Go on ahead, downgrade twice to get these guys down to Mark 1s. That way it actually will start to back itself up. Alright, awesome. That worked. That worked as intended. I think. Nope, that did not work as intended. Alright, scratch this. Scratch this whole plan, whole design, whole everything. Scratch it. Completely gone. Gone. Gone is that. Gone is this. Get rid of it. Get it out of my sight. Get it out of here. Get it out. New plan. New plan. Which is how I usually do it, but I wanted to try something new for YouTube's sake, and it didn't work. But hey, the fusion power is online. Hang on. Look at that. Fusion power is online. And our power grid is fine. That's a relief. But anyway, back to the disaster that I have just caused. You may be wondering why I'm so panicked about that. It's because of the fact that it wasn't fully having these guys operate efficiently, because it was passing them back incorrectly, so to speak, I guess. Essentially, it was only having them go through, and then it was having that limited throughput, which meant that it wasn't constantly flowing through the machines at its full throughput capacity, which is what I want it to be doing. I want it to be constantly at its full entire throughput capacity. Non-stop. I do not want these fractionators ever slowing down. I want them constantly just using this hydrogen up and turning it into deuterium. And if I have it go through like this, it does. And it works exactly how I had intended it to. If I did it the other way, it would stop and freeze and not be good. But now, doing it this way should have solved that issue. Once I actually get this entire belt situated, it should... Marshall's gonna yell at me, but it's fine. It should have every single fractionator start itself up. Except for these guys for some odd reason. Oh, because I'd never actually connected the belt back in. There. Now it's all working as intended. Constantly flowing itself through the system, just as intended. See how this one already stopped? Oh, well, this one stopped because I took it offline. Never mind. But we are actually getting it working. The deuterium is working properly. Look at that. Beautiful, beautiful deuterium. Love it. I don't know why tritium isn't in this game. For anybody who's not physics, chemistry, science savvy, there's a couple of different compounds of hydrogen. Those are hydrogen, which is just the base one, the most common, and then there's deuterium and tritium, which are hydrogen atoms that have more electrons, if I remember correctly, from my classes. So I don't know why this game has deuterium and not tritium, but hey, it's not my game. I didn't make it. I just play it, and I have a great time doing so. But I'm going to go through, I'm going to fix all of this, and then I'm going to think about the next project that we need to get done. And I'll see you guys then. And as simple as that, both sides are properly moving and grooving. Once again, I think what I am going to do, though, differently is I'm not going to have them merge. I'm just going to have them go in separately. That way there's no throughput issues between the two different sides. And then we're going to see how this one starts to compare. It should start to look like this, where we have a gap every now and then, thanks to the deuterium process. That's what it should turn out like. That's not a should of it should work. It's a, that's how the system actually functions if the game is running properly. If that's not working, that's not a design error on my problem. But you can see here, it also keeps a running tally of, well, here you go. We've got hydrogen going to deuterium at 1.25 roughly percent. And then at a 98.75% here, and then we can see the actual counter of, well, we've put 2200 into the system, and we've gotten 34 deuterium, so the actual rate is closer to 1.5 for this specific machine. And if we go check another one, it's more around 1.1 or 1.2. So the farther up that you scale a system like this, the more accurate to that 1.25% it actually full-on becomes. I'm also really glad none of that spilled onto the ground, because that would have been really, really freaking annoying to clean up. And then we can go up here and we can see that, yes, in fact, all of our deuterium fuel is being utilized by the fusion power generators, and we are starting to back up on fuel due to our deuterium being amazing. And I am going to bump this up because it looks like we're not providing enough, and it's not due to a lack of production. At least it doesn't look like it's due to a lack of production. Now that this system is online, our generation capacity is 565 megawatts as a result of that bonus. So I feel more than comfortable going on ahead and switching all of these guys back to supply. I keep forgetting to hit E, and I keep hitting escape instead, and it's really starting to annoy me. But it's my own damn fault, so I just gotta get better, that's all. And there we go, supply all set and good to go. We can see this is all working. Yep. Perfection. I don't think I need to make another one of these systems, at least not on this planet. If I do, I'm going to just put it literally right next to this planet here, or literally next to this one right here, because we have the space for it, I have the foundation for it, I just don't really see any sort of necessity for doing so. And you can see the storage hovers roughly around 2,500, and we have some hydrogen being pumped in to replace the hydrogen that gets turned into deuterium. So what's next in terms of projects and such is more than likely going to be solidifying a proper mall. Now, we have a mall, that's what this thing is. It's a place where we go to get all of our lovely, lovely items. The issue with the mall that we have currently is the fact that there's really only the basic items. It's slow, it's inefficient, and it's just bulky. So the next thing that we're going to want to do is just make a new mall. Just honestly make a new mall. And I'm going to go show off one of the malls that I have in my starter playthrough, which is a playthrough that I have in fact beaten the game. So, am I not on planet? It doesn't look like I'm on planet. So actually, I'm not going to go show off my other mall. But essentially what we need for a mall is just, we need Mark III belts to be produced. We need Mark III sorters to be produced. We need our assembling machine Mark IIs to be produced. Our arc smelters, mining, just everything. We need everything to be produced. Except for, you know, the Mark Is of these shitty items. We don't need those anymore. We'll be rich enough to the point where we can afford to just have these guys. And the way that I have that set up is actually in a Google document. So in a Google document, I have the requirements that go along with each different thing. And I'll go on ahead and pull that up right now. Mind your eyes, it's going to get bright. So here it is. You can see for logistics, I have the belts, which have their requirements, the arms, which have their requirements, the splitter, and the extractors, which all have their requirements together. So 6 items in total: iron, green chips, motors, green motors, blue motors, and graphene, all of which are being automated currently, and it's 2 logistic hubs. Power has its own thing. The poles compound on themselves, and they take a whole bunch of stuff, including big platforms, which we haven't gotten to yet, so don't worry about that. And then the generation uses just the iron, copper magnet, and stone. It's 6 items total, yet again. Again, we don't have this. Don't worry about it. More power stuff, solar panel and geothermal. I don't think we're really going to worry about that. Well, the geothermal is stupid, but the solar I also don't think we're going to worry about right now. The ray receivers, the sphere launcher, and the chargers, these are big deals. We need these guys. So it's 9 items, 3 logic hubs. And then same thing here with the planetary logic, the production, and then all of these guys are very late game stuff. The storage is not very late game. The nuclear reactors are the fusion generators. The particle colliders, very late game. Dyson sphere launchers, very late game. I don't know what I just did. The artificial star and advanced mining machines, very, very, very late game. So we're just going to focus on the logistics currently. And I'm going to have this up on the side. Of course my screen goes black because I was tabbed out. So I'm going to have that whole thing on the side, just kind of chilling out and waiting so that I can see. Yeah, I figured that was going to happen. I should be able to just go... Holy mother of God. Look at them. Look at them all. There's so many. They're all moving and grooving. What in the world, man? All of my drones are just going nuts right now, dude. What got spilled? Oh, I picked it all up, so it was just steel and stuff. Okay. So this entire thing is gonna need to get booped out of here and just gone. Like all of this, gone. All of this, gone. Everything up here, you betcha, gone. Even this little thingy here, yep, all of it. All of it's going to be gone, and that's going to free up space that we can make our new hub. So I'm going to spend some time in between episodes, actually, I think, and then we're going to be building the hub next time. Very glad that we got Deuterium online today. That's extremely important. So next time we're going to dive into the mall, and this will all be gone. But that is going to be all for today, so thank you everybody so much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed, but without further ado, adios, sayonara, au revoir, hasta la vista, das vidania, wiedersehen, ciao, and goodbye. Please have yourselves all a fantastic rest of your day. Get some sleep if you need to. Don't forget to stay hydrated. This video is in the bag, and I will see you guys in the next one. We're running low on hydrogen already. Sad. That'll be a problem we fix later. But anyway, later guys.